Yo, what's happening, everybody? We are at whopping episode 3 of the Lifting Ugly podcast with myself, Craig, and
your boy Alkai. What's good?
All right, so it looks like mics are working right, headphones are working right. Let me try to adjust this center. There we go. All right, and then I move and it's all messed up anyway.
Yeah.
It's there, something like anyone really cares.
Yeah. Just good angles.
That's right. Want them to see directly up my nose would be the preference.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening, man? How's the training?
It's good. It's brutal. I'm not gonna lie. This week torched me a little bit, so I'm just trying to slowly recovery.
Well, that's fun. Normal.
Yeah.
We're in it for self-torture.
No one hates me like me.
That's right. Self-loathing and self-torture at its finest.
Yeah.
So how's the cutting going?
It's not bad, honestly. Food's been decent. I mean, unless I miss a meal at work, which is kind of, it happens at this point. We don't really have that many breaks, so we kind of get one at the beginning of the shift, and that's kind of it. Just because once we pick up, it's kind of hard to delegate shifts back and forth. So what I think I'm going to do is just bring a tub of protein or a meal replacement for everybody to kind of snack on if they need it. But other than that, training's going really good. My back's feeling better. Like, it'll be a little bit tight during squats, but for the most part, honestly, everything's great. I'm actually thinking about doing some pulls today after this is done for the first time in forever. But I think I'm gonna go to the dark side and pull some sumo today so I can get my lower. I know. Everyone relax. It's not permanent, but just to kind of spare the lower. Shout out to Wyatt. I think just for today, just to kind of get my lower back swinging again and see how my hips are feeling with that pull. But squats are good. Bench is going great. I only gagged once this week. No puke. So I like to think we're getting
was it while you were lifting?
It's like like after the set is done, it's kind of just like
okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like in your spare time in your extracurricular
No.
activities?
My knees aren't bruised, so I bought knee pads, so don't worry.
That's right. Safety first.
Yeah, everyone. Of course.
We preach
and everything. Yeah.
Proper technique and safety is key, regardless of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I pulled earlier today. So I wasn't supposed to have any time. Like, I had like a 6:30 client, 8, 9, and 10.
Holy shit.
And then like I wake up at 5:30, 6:30 clients reschedule.
Yeah.
8 o'clock clients rescheduled till 11. 9 o'clock got a hold of me about an hour later, and like grandma had, some medical issue, so she had to take off for the weekend.
Wild grandma.
Yeah. So I pulled. It wasn't ideal. I did okay.
Okay, well, what's not ideal? Like,
I was hoping to go do a few sets of 605 for 2.
Spicy.
And so I did one set of 605 at 1. And then I went to go for a second set, and it barely budged the bar. So then I dropped back down, and what did I do today? Oh, I did pauses. I did pauses with 405.
Hey.
Just gross. Because I didn't feel like I got like the right amount of pain and suffering in during the max. So I figured I had to kind of teach myself a lesson for next time. Do better, or this kind of stuff is going to happen to you every time.
Not every day is going to be great.
No, and I blame everyone else but myself on this one.
That's fine. I do the same thing. No one's a pissier bitch than me when they fail.
So it was good. Yeah, I had 2 new clients starting today, and the one didn't show. One did show.
Yeah.
So what's cool is like when she came in, she talked to me. She's like, "Yeah, I think I want to do a show at some point." And I'm like, "Okay," talking to her about it. Find out she plays in a men's hockey league.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I don't think the stage is the right place for you.
No, she's too.
I think a platform is more up your alley.
I think we need to put a singlet on you and see what numbers we can throw up.
So she's 21-year-old, and I think we worked some deadlifts today, and I think she can we can work with that.
Hey.
I think she'll be a force to be reckoned with.
That's fucking exciting, man.
If she seems excited about it, like the that being an option. So yeah. I'm stoked about it.
Good.
So
hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. So did you venture into the TikTok realm this week?
Totally forgot.
No, I don't blame you. I did some stuff on there. Apparently my 12-year-old said that she needs to help me with mine.
Oh.
She said they're not as good as they should be. And so
shout out to Ruby.
Yeah. Well, apparently she has like over 2,000 like followers on one of her. I guess she has multiple TikTok things, but
okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that because you don't know like who's following, but
no, you
anyway,
don't. But
I don't know how I don't know how involved I want to get with it. I don't know. It's like a necessary evil, but
I see, like, just keep it simple. Keep it with the lifting videos. Yeah. Some of the stupid shit that we usually do back and forth. But I'd say, like, other than that, there's no use for TikTok. I think it's just garbage.
And this is what happens. That is actually I pushed the wrong one. I don't know. They switched. Oh, dude, it got rid of my other one. Oh, that blows.
What happened?
It like doubled up on like the sound effects that I was supposed to have.
Oh no.
Instead of the one that it was supposed to be. But good news, I think I can track this down pretty quick. And so even though there's that little mess up, I think without much delay, it'll still hopefully it'll still
that's it.
Be
We're cutting
value.
the episode.
That's it. It's over. It's over. That's it. We cannot do this. Cannot operate this way with all these malfunctions.
Negative.
Teammate.
Here we go.
Room's starting to spin real fast because of gayness.
I literally just watched that movie like 2 nights ago.
So I had that like
thin pancakes.
Oh, that's what they are. I love those things. I had that already. Like it was supposed to be just perfect. Like as soon as TikTok was brought up, the room spinning. It's because of all the gayness and fucking stupid thing. Damn phone. Again, it's not my fault. I'm blaming the phone.
No, it's not.
I did nothing wrong. I'm sure of it.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, so if people want to get a hold of Alkai here, let's find it. Alkai's Instagram handle. That would be him.
It's right there.
So anyone who is not watching and is listening at @ama_hapia. If you don't know how to spell that, I don't know. Just step your game up.
Actually, funny story. You can't even look me up on Instagram right now.
Oh, really?
I'm flagged as like a fucking cyber terrorist.
Wow.
Because of like some of the COVID shit that I posted. Like you can't tag me in anything. You can't repost anything. You can't look me up on Instagram. Like nothing. I'm like you can't like yeah. So apparently I don't exist anymore. So
I guess if you try hard enough, maybe you can get a hold of him if you want the value. Or here's the other option. Since for some reason he's a cyber terrorist and I have not been deemed as such, you can get a hold of me and I'll point you in the right direction. You can pretty much find me any platform under Lifting Ugly. You can message and I'll get all that stuff taken care of. So I did just get, I don't know if you saw the chat that said Ruby wants to get paid for helping me with TikTok. So I don't know. I'll
give her $5.
Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't take a lot of my money yet, so that might be something we can work with.
That's fair.
She's she's not a high maintenance child, so I'm happy about that.
That's very true.
She handles her own stuff. All right, so then, after all that, then we go to what I doubled up on before.
Housekeeping, you want me for pillow?
There we go. Housekeeping, you want me to check you up? So our sponsors are the same as they were before. No one else has jumped on board because they have not seen the light yet. We're still in the darkness. That's okay. Eventually,
they'll come back around. They'll come around.
They'll make their way. All right. So you can get a hold of me on my. It's more of a personal / business Instagram. Craig_legacy_life for life insurance. Did you know you can use life insurance to help with your retirement? Did you know that?
I mean, it makes sense.
There you go.
A lot of sense.
So not just because you're looking at life insurance does not mean you're banking on your own death. That's awesome. Well, I'm just saying because it's hard for people to talk about. They're like, I don't know, I don't want to think about like me dying and
death is real. This is real.
It is, but it is real, and I'm sorry, but it's just going to happen. So you can use it though for retirement as well. There are options. So anyway, if you have any questions, I am licensed in a lot of states and can be licensed in many more if necessary. Again, Craig_legacy_life. And I can get those things taken care of and at least get you quotes, and then we can figure it out from there if that's something you so desire. Graphics and artwork. Got to contact our guy, Zon. Zontopia.com is the website. At Zontopia is most of his social media. You can get a hold of him. You can see his artwork. You can get a hold of him to produce logos. And all that fun stuff. I have some things in the works. I don't know. We've talked about? Did we talk about the Squats logo before?
The Squats logo?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So the next, and so this is like inside of what's happening. The next logo that's going to drop is going to be for squats because we got the deadlifters one, the straight lifters, we got the benchers. So we're doing squats logo, and it's going to be the Saints fleur de lis that they use, and then over the little branches out. Yeah. So we're going to put a barbell over there, and it's going to say squats instead of Saints on it. So that's next in the pipeline.
I like it.
And if you're sitting there saying, what are you talking about? What are these things? Where can I find these awesome sounding shirts? Where can I go?
Fucking where?
Liftingugly.com. Bam.
Yeah.
So half the stuff is graffiti inspired, and we bring some sports aspects into it. So we piggyback. I'm not going to say we steal. We piggyback off of some professional teams.
Okay.
Not enough to where we're infringing on any copyright or trademarks, I must say. But some pretty cool stuff. Liftingugly.com. And speaking of liftingugly.com, I'm going to bring this up on a screen share because it's something that I just put on. I don't know if I'm really call it a drop necessarily, just a new item. I was just playing. We're dropping it. I was just messing around because I put logos on everything just to try and see how they come up. And so I did this one and I showed Amber and she was like, that's pretty cool. She said, I would wear that. She said, well, I wouldn't wear it. She said, I wouldn't wear it now, but maybe when I was younger, I would have.
Okay.
So let's see. So bring that up. And maybe, you guys don't need all that. There it is.
Oh,
look at that.
Shit, I'd wear that. Why not?
I know. I think each one of us have a large, are great, more greatly endowed than she is. and could probably benefit more from such an item.
I mean, I could use the upper back support for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get the shoulders back and
Yep.
yeah. So anyway, so that's she said it looked pretty cool.
I think that's bitching. That's super cool.
I'd throw it on there. So any ladies out there, make sure you check out liftingugly.com for the new Lifting Ugly sports bra. And because I don't want trouble, I'm going to say, if you have any, feel free to take pictures of yourself wearing it and send them to Alki. Because if I say send them to me, that might get me into trouble. So I don't want to be in trouble. So there's that.
I'll be content manager.
There you go. There you go. And then also, I don't think I can bring them up because I think I deleted them right away. And for anyone who's watching that is that's been following, and we are going to be sponsoring the Beatdown and Barbells WRPF event December 4th. As one of the sponsors, I was doing shirts and going to do discount codes and stuff like that, and wanted to do something a little bit more. Oh, so that's I ran those the items by you, just so anyone who's listening that may be a part of that event. I did have some custom fanny packs made for the overall winners, as well as they will get a shirt and they will get the discount code on top of it. So that's just from us to you, the competitors, our gift. So dope original fanny pack.
It's a bitchin' fanny pack. Just
and there's only two made. These are the only two, and I did not post them up on the
dish.
That's right. I did not post them up on the liftingugly.com. And what I may do if it's a hit, may I say,
which I think it will be,
I'll probably redo them, but I'll keep theirs. Like theirs will be separate as the winners. I'll do a little bit different version.
So you're gonna be there, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am probably gonna be looking at plane tickets here soon because I will be there.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and that brings me to my next announcement. Let me see. Hey, Julia, are you watching? Julia. So just type in the chat.
Just has
if you're
you
watching.
On mute.
Yeah. Well, that's not nice. Anyway, I'm assuming we have 3 whole people watching at this time. So
that's exciting.
I'm going to assume Julia is watching, and so what is going to take place? I was supposed to have.
There she is.
There. Okay. Hi, Julia. All right. Cool. So what's going to end up happening is December 2nd. One is Julia's birthday, so everyone wish Julia a happy birthday. It will be December 2nd, and also on December 2nd, in the city of Denver, is going to be a Merce concert show, however you want to put. So she will be going to that. Accompanied by her father, of course.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Because I'm not going to miss out on it either, because I want to see the show too.
Yeah.
And since she already told me she took all that time off, then she'll also be with us at the Beatdown and Barbells meet to watch that as well.
Mother.
It is word to her mother as well. Yeah. So I just want to announce that because I know that she watches because she's a great supporter of ours. So yeah, so I'm gonna be taking her to the Merce concert. We're gonna be heading down there on the 2nd, and we'll be hanging out at least through Saturday for the meet and enjoy that and slaying some product and meet some people and schmooze and kiss babies and shake hands.
Oh, shake babies and kiss hands.
No, you don't. Never shake the baby. I guess it depends on the baby.
Yeah.
If you have some inside knowledge, you just may want to go ahead. Anyway, also, and we got that just kind of went. It went where I needed it to go, but not exactly at the time I was expecting it to go.
It's okay.
Also, anyone that would like to support us with monetary funds may do so at patreon.com/liftingugly, where we do have many different, levels that they may contribute at, that they may help us out at a monthly rate.
I like that.
So on YouTube, we are running at this point about a whopping 30 views a week.
That's, you know what? That's progress.
It is. It's
like
not. That. It's not terrible. Now, can you imagine if each one of those 30 viewers, instead of watching and off of and enjoying our content for free, would actually throw a little bit in? We may have $30 a month.
Oh,
imagine how sweet that would be. What could you do with $30? You could fill up like a quarter of a tank of gas where you're at.
No. Kind of like with my little truck. Totally.
You could buy something to eat that would give you gas for $30.
Oh, there's a couple burrito shops down here that are.
There you go. Oh, of course they are. Mm-hmm. You're just a hop and a skip away from that border.
Yeah. It's literally right there.
But everyone, feel free to support. If you are not in financial or do not feel that we're good enough yet that you want to give us money, at least comment, like, and subscribe and follow all those things, because that helps promote us and get us out there. The more we have that, then maybe the more effort we might want to put in this, which would be more entertaining for all of you.
It's a win-win.
Win-win-win across the board.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I also came up because Amber is very supportive in this endeavor. So we came up with this little fun idea.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to have you pick a number 1 through 20.
Oh my! I don't know if I can count that high.
Well, you don't have to count. You just have to pick the number.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make it easier for you then.
All right.
Dude, pick a number.
18.
All right. Now I have to count. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3.
I should have went with a smaller number.
No, you're good. Okay. So we're doing conversation starter questions. Just because there's some funny ones. This one might be quick. So have you ever been stalked on social media?
Few and far in between, but yes, it has happened.
Anyone in particular you would like to mention at this time?
Oh my God. Ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
Your ex-girlfriend's ex-girlfriend?
No, well, no. No, like not this previous one, but
the one before.
Yeah, the one beforehand.
I'd venture to say that most people have probably been stalked on social media by and it would be by an ex, I would assume.
Oh yeah, but it was also like her friend followed me, so that when I blocked her, her friend could still get like
that's a pretty legit stalker, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just a desirable guy. What do you?
Well, you are, because as we talked about last week, with your women scorned, so
and the nipple rubbing
that was yeah. I tried to highlight that as much as possible, just because I figured if that story cannot get people to engage, nothing will.
Oh, I mean,
because what is better than nipple rubbing and high-fiving afterwards? Like, that story had everything.
It did.
Action, suspense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
hard nipples.
That's right. What more could anyone ask for in life?
Oh,
and I want to. So yeah. So that's our conversation starter.
Okay.
Of the day. There's some other ones that are we'll get to, because you'll pick the right numbers, and some of those are just completely kind of whacked out.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had like the spam ones where they're like in your requests.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the pay $20 for a video of my tits or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just the spam mail. So
and it's ridiculous because you can see all that you want for free.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's more Facebook stalking you than. I think I'm convinced that they're running a secret. I don't know if it'd be a sex ring or just like a porn operation, pay for porn operation.
Yeah.
And they just send those.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like every time I follow like a new like lifter chick, it immediately like right in my it's right there. So I got irritated one time, and this is when I was living with Keenan and Tanner. I got the spam mail, and I was like, all right, well, I don't want to pay $20. So I rolled my legs back, took my pants down, and I sent them a picture of my asshole. And I sent it. I got no response. And I was like, I don't want to pay $20 for tits, but here's my butthole for free.
Well, no, I mean, response. It's like a tit for tat per se that they didn't follow through on. They didn't follow through on their end of the deal.
So whoever ran that spam chain is like, oh my God, that's a purple balloon knot.
I would say you offered them a lot more than they were going to be willing to return.
I mean, I'm just a really generous person.
You are.
I'm a pay it forward kind of guy, you know?
Yeah. And eventually that favor will be returned to you someday.
Shouts out.
So let's so a couple I just wanted to highlight a few people of note. We had our friend up there in Minnesota, close to the Great White North there, the Minnesota Norse, throwing a comment our way after last week's episode that I appreciate.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to add that old Aaron Rodgers and the vaccine, that Aaron Rodgers had said that he is allergic to one of the ingredients, which is why he didn't take it.
Oh.
And so that was, I had also read that. It was a good follow-up, though. I appreciate his contribution to the show.
Shouts out to Seth.
Yep. And he also sent a great face, ugly lifting face of himself a couple weeks back.
Ones. Like his squat faces are pretty fucking fantastic.
He turns a special shade of purplish reddish color. But that brings me, and so I wish I was doing this week, but I also decided I was going to do I wanted to do a lifting ugly face of the week.
For people, I think that's fantastic.
People that have been contributing, because we've had some people come in and send stuff, their version, them doing their thing, and which I appreciate every single one of them, because it's really cool, like people hopping on board with the movement.
Oh yeah.
Jordan put in a contribution, and did you listen to the sound on it?
I don't think I had it loud enough.
Oh man. Okay, because I did I added the music to it.
Yeah.
I have to find this and bring this up, and so I can share this with everyone. And so he's doing his SSB squats, which I'm guessing you prescribed for him to do.
You goddamn right.
Attaboy. It says Jordan putting in his best effort, and I need to, it is key with let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. I get the sound. Just because.
Shout out to Jordan.
Just because Jordan is that guy that he's everyone's best friend.
Oh yeah, he's our dwarf king.
That's right.
King of the little people.
But the person that took the cake, you know her, I know her. I don't know if you saw the post that I posted originally or the story for Leona LaDawn.
Oh,
you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So anyone watching, go ahead and we're gonna bring the. Oh no, I didn't do the screen sharing thing first. So we're gonna do screen share. Entire screen share here. All right, whatever this is doing. Oh, is it? Anyway, so I'm gonna try and figure this out while I'm talking to you. But basically, what I'm gonna end up doing, what I want to have us do for them is we're gonna highlight that person on the social media channels with what their accomplishments are and with their best ugly lifting face, and also provide them with a discount code to the shop so they can take advantage of that as well.
Nice.
In all honesty, is as goofy as everything gets sometimes with us talking and everything. Like people, like in all honesty, the people jumping on board and getting behind this and being cool with all of it is like, I love it. Is like one of the best things.
It's bitching, and I love that majority of our followers are hardworking lifters. I very much appreciate that.
And and then people are willing to. Yeah, I remember when people are like, "Oh, I wanted to share this picture or this video, but man, I just look awful in it." And now this is the platform, and people are like, "Yes, here it is. This is
self.
Yeah, this is me at my worst. So enjoy it, everybody."
You know what I wish we did though was save more of my squat trend face. That would have been
those. Yeah, your purple face, bloodshot eyes ones.
Like who let this guy work out here?
Do you think that that's not going to happen again?
No, it will.
All right, so I'm going to bring this screen up for anyone watching so they can see her deadlift face. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is so stellar.
Dude, that's so bitchin'.
She's got like the blown out cheeks and just the full strain going on there.
That is a loaded bar.
Yeah.
That is a very much a loaded bar.
So what I'm going to do is I had her send me kind of what her stats are, because I know that she's been doing some pretty major things with her meets. So she weighs in at 121, which is a 60 or 58K class. So she's very small for anyone who is wondering. She's in the Masters 2 class. She's somewhere around my age, maybe a couple years older. So her squat is a 297.6, which is a national and state record.
Goddamn right.
Her bench was 148.8, which is a state record. Her deadlift, which is the one that is shown there, was 330.7 for somebody who is 121 pounds.
Absolutely.
And you want to know what record that is?
What's up?
She hit a world record with that one.
Just show.
It's pretty dope. So so all that's going to go up. So anyone who didn't see the picture, I'm going to go ahead and put that up along with kind of her stats on everything. And just because it's the most important stat of all of it, she leg presses 270 for reps of 10. Woo! Because nothing's more important than a leg press.
Oh yeah. Nothing's more badass than when you put it in your Instagram bio.
Yeah, especially when the only videos you have of you lifting are loaded leg presses. That's how we know you're serious.
I mean, like, if you throw on your belt too when you leg press, you can do even more.
That's right. You got to have that extra bracing.
Dude, yeah. You don't want to mess up your whatever when you're fucking
whatever that gets messed up during that process.
People are silly.
They are, and it's fun to make fun of them for it.
Goddamn right.
All right, so do you have anything else to add before we move on to our topic of the day?
Not that I can think of, so I'm ready to.
Oh,
Mosey
you
on
missed
over.
something big, dude. And I kept thinking about this. And it kept slipping my mind. Your peoples.
What's up?
Give us a rundown on your peoples this weekend.
My peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah, for South Dakota. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah.
So tell everyone what's happening, who's going to be there, and if you have openers planned for them, what those are going to be. If you got it ready.
Yeah. So we got Wyatt, Keenan, and Bryce. They just had weigh-ins this morning. Everything just went just fine. Wyatt was a little shy underweight, so he went to not the 220s, but the 198s. So
okay.
Yeah, so they got weigh-ins done. Everything's fine. Gear check is done. I'm hoping Bryce found a goddamn singlet. Apparently his one didn't come in time, so I think they found him one in Denver, or in South Dakota. So
I wish they would have just asked me before they left, because I do have extras from when I ordered all those.
But you know them. They leave everything around and forget just about everything. So
do you want a quick funny story about Bryce before you finish that up?
Of course I do.
Okay. And Bryce is, and don't, for anyone listening, Bryce is a great dude.
Yes.
Bryce is very forgetful, and it has to be funny or else it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
So I was talking with someone. I think I just finished up with the client. I was talking with someone. It was a weird time of day to see him. I guess they were getting ready to leave at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in, and I was like, "Hey, Bryce, what's happening?" He's like, "Have you seen my bag?" I was like, "Your gear bag with everything in it?" Yeah. I was like, "I don't know, dude. Last time I saw it was over by the lockers." Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know where it is. I was like, "Oh, jeez." So I don't know if he ever found it.
I fucking hope so.
Because I'm guessing that has his sleeves and
literally
and
everything
shoes and all that.
Meat.
Yeah. So I'm guessing if all he needed was a singlet, I'm guessing he found out where his bag was. I'm very curious to know where he found it. If he found it like in his car, that would be hilarious.
I would hope so.
But so anyway, I thought it made me laugh because I was like, this guy cannot keep
the water bottles. It's the pre-workout. It's the fucking wooden dowel rod. It's the PVC pipe.
It's his $300 lifting belt that is left draped over something.
Oh my God! I mean, Wyatt has been just as bad though. Like his shoes, clothing, like ammonia bottles, and I'm like, dude, like, the hell are you doing? So sorry for bringing a bunch of forgetful peeps to this.
It's all right. Now I just walk through and I laugh. I just see things out and I'm like, oh,
God damn it.
Oh, these crazy kids. Always forgetting their things.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all right. So go ahead and finish up. Do you have opening numbers for them, or?
So goal numbers right now. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to pop that open on the old text messages.
And then for anyone who's listening, this meet is in the beautiful city of Rapid City, South Dakota.
It's something.
Northeast, west South Dakota is where this is going to be going down. 605 Grit Fitness, and the meet that we went to was legit setup. So hopefully
it was killer. Great spot. They ran the meet just fantastically. Like, it was smooth. All the competitors were great. Like, I'm bummed I'm not going to be at this one, but
so hopefully it's similarly run. I don't know if Squat to Depth is doing the.
I'm not sure what Kelsey decided to do with this one. I don't know.
Promoting it, but I did see Squat to Depth is doing the big ghost meet in Florida in February. So, but it's all sold out.
Oh,
no more entries.
But anything that Ghost will put on, it's gone within 2 weeks.
But because they disappear quick because they're a ghost. Okay. All right. So you got the numbers ready now?
Yes. So
okay.
Wyatt, Wants to pull 5, wants to squat 4 in reps, and wants to get about a 300 bench. So openers, I think I told him, I think we're going, it's like 20-pound gaps, I think. So we're going like 260, 280, and then 295 to 300, just depending on how second attempts go. You never know what's going to happen. So for squats, he wants to end with 4. So I'm thinking like 330, 360, and then 400. And for pulls, he wants to cap with 5. And he's been pulling that pretty consistently lately since he switched to conventional. Thank God. So I think we're going to go with Deads. We can take a little bit of bigger gaps. So I think we told him like 450, 480, and then 5 or a little bit above, depending on how he's feeling. So, and then Keenan, he had that whole pec thing this entire camp. So if we can do, I know he's going to slam a 4 bench. I'm not worried about that. He was doing 365 consistently. So it would be nice for him to bench 4. I would like to see him squat high 5s, almost 6. And then I think pulls, he'll pull 6 or just above it for sure.
Nice.
And then Bryce, kind of the same thing. He had a weird lower back thing going on for the first half of camp. So squatting and deadlifting was iffy. But when he dials in his shit, that motherfucker is strong, man. Like, that is a sturdy dude. Like I mean, just he's all torso. So he squats. Him and Keenan, when they dial their shit in, I know they're gonna surpass me. I already know that. Like they're just built for it. You know, I mean, I'm a bench deadlift guy, and they're squatters for sure. If you look at their femurs, their width of their legs, like they're tree trunk men. So I think for Bryce, his numbers, he wanted to bench 4. I think that's gonna happen. Same thing with squat. I think he's gonna go mid 5s, so like probably like 550, 585, and then pulls around the same. I think like shoot for 6 would be nice.
Pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Those we get numbers for him.
Yeah, no, and then for a first meet too, just never stepping foot on the platform, I think that'll be great. And I've been chatting with Wyatt since for all week, but he's just been amped this entire time. So he's super stoked. I mean, I've been with that kid for so fucking long already. I think it's almost 5 years. So when I still get the Snapchat memories popping up on my phone from when I was running the lifting club on campus, and like, you know, it'll be like, you know, one of the days that we were lifting, and he is tiny, like tiny, like
just rail thin.
Like tiny. And then got my hands on him, and it's been kind of just poetry ever since. And now he's knocking on the door or no, not 198s. He was going to go 240s, but he's at the 220s. There we go. So
okay.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, when we first started, he was 165, and now he floats around. When we get his test in check, and his eating and everything in check, he'll cruise around 220 to 230, depending on how much ice cream he's had. So
eat more ice cream, Wyatt.
Yeah, my my contact photo of him is him stoned off his ass with just half Ben and Jerry's in his mouth, and it's the best fucking picture ever. Because he's got his hair all slicked back, like he looks like our piano teacher that just stumbled upon the wrong plate of brownies.
So, quick story. Speaking of fixing a deadlift.
Oh.
Because I know you've had to fix Wyatt's a few different times, and one was the fault of previous management of Wyatt. So the girl the new client I have that I was telling you about, I said, okay. I said, you know how to deadlift already? Oh yeah, I know. I said, okay. Where'd you learn from?
Oh no.
She learned when she was at 970 for a little bit. I said, all right. I said, show me what you got. And just like clockwork, rolls the bar out and brings it back in, for the momentum pull. She pulls sumo, which we're gonna mess with just to kind of see where she can actually generate more power with. But she was pulling sumo, but then she had her hands placed just inside of where her legs met the bar, so they were out very wide.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, geez, and that's a nice way to pop a bicep or something like that to add that extra strain. So I was like, okay, first move your hand position in. She's like, oh, that feels kind of weird. She's like, oh, that's a lot more comfortable. So yeah, imagine that. After like the first set, I said, okay, now this time, don't roll the bar.
Especially with sumo, you monkey.
Yeah. I was like, I said, I know why it's done. I said it, and she's like, I don't even remember where I learned it. I said, well, you learned it at 970, watching all those people do it, because that's the only way they think that there is to deadlift, I think.
Or they watched one video of Brian Shaw and they're like, yeah, I'll roll it.
Yeah. It's like, well, you're not doing strongman competitions.
Your hips also aren't the width of a fucking refrigerator, so.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you don't have 1,000 pounds on the bar.
No.
So anyway, we messed with her stance and hand position and stuff, and she actually popped a little bit quicker and with a little more power. Then she felt a little bit more comfortable with it. So I was one step already in the nice in the right direction. So
yeah,
we'll see. Bench and squat day are going to be coming up, so those will be a whole new adventure.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep me posted on her progress. I'm curious to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, I think she'll be good. It's just a matter of if she decides she does want to step on stage or if she wants to step on a platform.
I mean, with her playing hockey and whatnot, and her being an athletic type already, I mean, I guess it all depends on her torso. Like, how wide are her obliques and shit? Like, is she not just fat wise, but like just like
no, I know.
Yeah.
At this point, because she hasn't she's been serious about lifting, but not about
a specific genre.
Yeah. So she's been trying to build muscle, but when she was at the other crap gym here, she was at Mesa, and she was working out, and she did a program, and she was trying to meet with this trainer who kept, oh, I don't have time, I don't have this, and so she had his she dealt with his, she did it as best she could, I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so and that's why I told her we'll mess around with everything. We'll see what you kind of enjoy more, because she's at the point right now. She's a small enough frame person. We could take her either direction that she wanted to go.
What's her height?
I think she's about 5'6", 5'7".
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she could do either.
Yeah, and we weighed her in today, and she was just like right around $150. I'm not, and for anyone listening that's like, oh, you're saying somebody's weight on there, that's just the way things go.
It's the industry. Like, that's
welcome to this world. Yeah. So I mean, she could easily cut a little bit of that off and do some transformation, or we could just put a ton of muscle on her and
I mean, to me, it all based on like personality too. Like, I noticed that people are a little bit more aggressive and, I don't know, forthcoming with their lifting. I'm like, hey, maybe we should fuck with the heavier stuff, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, she could always do both too. Like, I don't see any problem with that. Like, that's just give her the
and that's split. Yeah, I mean, you can do both. It's, I don't know. I get she's probably in a situation where she could technically do that, just because she hasn't gone too far into one realm over the other.
That's fair.
So I'll just the whole thing. I said we'll do various workouts and just kind of see where your interest lies.
Yeah,
and
of course.
What you want your first goal to be.
Nice.
So anyway, I had to it was fixing her first form of our workouts, and I had to fix a 970 issue,
which is just can be an absolute nightmare. Like,
but she's young and responsive to change, so
nice.
That worked out well.
Nice.
So I listed on there, and I told you we would talk about supplementation today. I know we're running towards the back end, so we'll keep a brief, just because the main topic sometimes just isn't as much fun as BSing about all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. We got to have some sort of content, though.
That's right. Some main stage here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like I said, wanted to talk about kind of supplementation just because it's everyone uses something to some extent.
Yeah.
When we're pre-workouts, proteins, BCAAs, and I'm looking more at like the sports supplement aspect of it. I know supplement contains a wide variety, and we may venture into a vitamin or nutraceutical arena down the road, but I just kind of wanted to hit basics of
the powders.
I get, kind of what I mean. Okay, so people look for. I mean, what are main things in your mind that people look for when they're looking for? I don't even know what to.
I guess we'll call the three generic.
Yeah.
Protein, BCAAs, pre-workout.
And so those are in your opinion, do you need any of those to be successful?
I mean, no, not at all. Like, people have been lifting weights for fucking thousands of years without any concept of powder, this and that. You eat food, your body's going to be more responsive to it. Remember why it's called a supplement, not an essential.
Yes, that's right. It's supposed to, and that's one of the key things I always tell people is I'm like, it's called a supplement for a reason.
Yep.
They are produced to supplement what you are supposed to be taking in through food. But
it's because 90% of Americans aren't getting what they need anyway. So this is where that industry shines. Yeah.
And the biggest one that you can, I guess, if we're going to talk like effectiveness of the supplements, the easiest one to know of the effectiveness is going to be what?
I'm sorry. What? Sorry.
The effectiveness. So what would be the easiest one to tell if it's an effective product or not?
Or if it's out of those three?
Yeah.
I mean, caffeine's a quick response. So, I mean, I would say like a pre-workout, like
those. And so those are going to be the ones that anyone, as you take them, you're going to know right away whether it works or not.
Oh yeah. I mean, within the 5-10 minutes.
Yes. So what are things that in your mind, what are things people want to look out for? Because I guess I should preface this with, in a pre-workout, especially if you're going with a stimulant-based pre-workout, you can mask a, may I say, shitty product with 350 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
So what are things that people in your mind can look for or be aware of when choosing such a thing?
So when I'm looking for any sort of pre-workout whatsoever, I'm not super high on the caffeine, so I don't like to exceed 300 milligrams ever. And I'm always looking for, is it instant or extended release? Because the extended release can totally bite you in the ass if you're not having a worth a shit workout, because then you're going to leave, you're still going to have that stim in your body. And then like, if you're prone to anxiety and this and that, like I've had a couple nights where I'm twacked after, and it's just, it's not an enjoyable feeling. So generally I like the fast acting. So anything with like black pepper extract is kind of nice because it's kind of like a boop right there. So nothing past 300 milligrams, but I do like a shit ton of beta alanine because I like feeling crackheadish and scratching my face. So
what, and so when you're talking about that, just for people who may not completely know, because I think a lot of people take these products and they know what it feels like, but they don't know what causes what feeling. Okay, so what is a beta alanine like? What are you going to feel with the high dose of beta alanine?
So with the beta alanine, that's where like that itchy, tingly, the scratchy skin, my scalp gets itchy. I've had my taint super itchy before. Like,
and that was from the pre-workout, or
that was from the pre-workout, not from the products that I already have. But yeah, so generally, like, I know when something is kicking in, when I feel it immediately. Like if I'm wearing a hat, top of my scalp is my first key indicator, and then the top of my shoulders, and then it kind of goes to my face, and then that's kind of when the niacin kicks into. So niacin is something that'll pick up your metabolism and raise your internal body temperature. So like if you're doing like a cutting pre-workout, it's something that's a little bit on the higher end. So something that'll raise your internal core body temperature and make you sweat a little bit more. It also makes you a little bit more red. So like I can't remember what brand it was, but it was a little higher on the, I don't even want to say fat burning, but it was higher on the niacin. So like I felt my body temperature like actually skyrocket a little bit, not like feverish, but it was itchy. I was super warm, and then the caffeine kicked in, and then it was kind of like all right, Kate, time to get moving.
So what I've noticed, like the beta alanine, and I used to think it was the beta alanine that I hated.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was a bad combination of the beta alanine and the niacin.
Mm-hmm.
That just basically, if I come across that, I can't work out.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you said, because you're heated, your body temperature's up, and the niacin seems to increase the pins and needle. Like it goes from like kind of an itchy feeling to pins and needles almost.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
With the two of them, and I've come across people who like that.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, to each his own. It's just one of those things. But like, if you hadn't had enough water that day, that niacin can totally bite you in the ass because you're throwing your kidneys into overdrive, and then you're overtly dehydrated. You're cramping during your workout. You're way more prone to an injury, just, I don't know, snapping a bicep, or just little stupid shit that shouldn't be happening when you are hydrated. So again, not necessary, but if you enjoy caffeine, just make sure that you are drinking at least a gallon of water if you're going to be drinking any sort of pre-workout, especially if it has a fat burning factor.
So that we have, that stuff that's based more on the
Yeah.
So that's our stimulant based pre-workouts. Mm-hmm. So is for anyone who's wondering, there's high stim pre-workouts, there's your medium stim pre-workouts, there's stimulant pre-workouts that have pump properties to it, which we'll go over. And then you also have, which I want to talk about next, which would be the pump only non-stimulant.
Yeah.
And kind of what do you think is when it comes to those?
I personally can't take pump products. I don't mind them if it's like, even on a chest day, like my back gets so bloated, my chest gets so bloated, my range of motion gets, it just turns to shit. So if I'm doing like a poo-poo arm day, sure, or like shoulders maybe, but if I'm doing anything lower half orientated, so if I'm doing squats, deadlift, or any of that accessory work, I can't, because my lower back gets so fucking swollen that I'm leaving the gym walking out like this because my hammies are pulling everything down, and it tears my back to bits. So even like with bench, with my setup, since I do have a little bit of flexion in my lumbar spine, and if I have, high volume that day, like it's not just targeting my chest and my shoulders, triceps, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting a whole lot in my lower back, and I hate it. So I do understand the functionality of it, but it's definitely not something that I look for ever. I know that pre-workouts have it. So like if I do, I guess that is something that I look for. If there's a high like NO2 factor, I'll put it back. I'm not a huge fan.
So, yeah. All right. So when we're looking at pre-workouts, anyone who's looking at anything, the problem with most supplements is this stuff, not that the FDA is of any value whatsoever, but there's no regulation of the supplements, which is why you see constant proprietary blends. Mm-hmm. So even if you're trying to find, a quality supplement, you don't always know, like you read the label and you don't really know what you're getting, right? Because it'll say proprietary blend 13 grams and it lists a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I guess if you're an experimental type of person where you like to try new things and potentially feel uncomfortable doing so, then, you can try something new that comes out. You can, find the little cheap one wherever it may be. But you need to be careful. I mean, a lot of times you get what you pay for.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because I mean, a bad pre-workout product, a bad supplement in general is going to do a whole lot more harm to your body than it's going to do any good for you.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
So just anyone out there, just look, like you said, research. We don't have time to go over what all the ingredients and what each ingredient does. But buy a pre-workout one based on what you're looking to do. If you're looking for, kick in the ass to get you going, then obviously you're going to want a high stim.
Mm-hmm.
If you are very sensitive to caffeine, but you still want, blood delivery, extra blood delivery to the muscle, opening up the vasodilation, then look at a non-stim, that's going to be a pump-related product. And usually go with the brands that that you've tried that have worked, or the companies. I find that the smaller the company, the better the product you usually get from them.
Yeah.
And then the biggest one I always get questions about is on BCAAs. And the biggest question, well, there's that one. The biggest one I usually get is, well, do these even work? And my answer, I don't know. I can't tell you if they work or not. The science works, but does this powdered form of what a branched chain amino acid, does it actually convert the way it's supposed to in your system? I don't know.
I mean, like, I never buy BCAAs because if I'm going to drink something during my workout, it's fucking water. You shouldn't be adding any other powder on top of the pre-workout that you're drinking, in my opinion. Because, I mean, it's supposed to be a muscle hydrator, but your kidneys are having to process something. So that at the end of the day, like, I don't understand what your thought process is behind it. If you really want lubrication, eat a fucking banana and drink some water, Like,
yeah.
And like, I'll buy EAAs and whatnot, like for the post workout, because I mean it's not branched chain, it's essential. You're getting leucine, isoleucine, and valine, which are 3 things that your muscles respond to good for recovery. So like I'll drink that after I'm done, but if I can already feel myself being dehydrated, I pound water first, and if I need to drink it, I'll drink it after. So it's not something for me that I'm like critical on, And if I drink it, it's after a hard workout, because your body's not going to pick up shit unless it's like an actual strenuous session that you've had.
So your view on it being listed the majority of the time as an intra workout, is,
I mean, it's gym bro shit. Just because you know how to say fucking branched chain amino acids doesn't mean like.
Well, you see, and my thing's always been, I've had people that, well, when do I drink it? I was like, I don't care, whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you mean? Don't I need it while I'm working out? I'm like, it's not going to make a difference.
It's not going to make it work out better. Like,
do you really think by the time as you're drinking them, your body's not absorbing and using them immediately?
No.
It takes time. So if you're drinking it during your workout, you're not getting them until post-workout anyway.
Exactly.
So if you want your BCAAs in your system while you're working out, then drink them with a pre-workout.
Or drink it on the way to the gym.
On the way to the gym, yeah. And I've used BCAAs. I'm not a big proponent of, you need to have these in your arsenal if you want to be successful and you want to build and do that. And I almost have the same attitude in all honesty, with protein. Because does supplemental protein work?
I mean, I would say like
should.
Yeah.
There's more science about the absorption and delivery of powdered protein than there is about any of the others. So
well, that was the one thing that we talked about, and with creatine in my sports nutrition class, the only people that got significant results from it were new lifters. But that's the thing, is you can take someone who hasn't ever lifted, give them a 6 month to a year awesome program, and they'll pick up immediately. They'll put on size, they'll put on muscle, they'll put on strength. So was it really the creatine, or was it you just sticking to something, a good regimen, good lifts, good recovery?
Doing something new. Your body always responds better to doing something new.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like, exactly. So if you want to drink it, go for it. It's just, I would rather you eat food. If you are on the run and you don't have time, that to me, that's when those powders come in handy. It's just because you are short on time.
Exactly. And it was so, I don't know. I used to not live on them. I used to drink them all the time.
Sure.
And then you wonder why your low back hurts because your kidneys are sitting there trying to filter out this processed protein that you have an abundance of. And then as I did more research and, going through nutrition classes and when they covered the supplementation, and you realize that your body, and we've talked about this before with like mass gainers and everything.
Yeah.
As far as this processed protein goes, just for anyone listening, your body can only absorb so much in a certain amount of time. And it's anywhere between 30 and 35 grams of processed protein. So if you're drinking something that says 50 grams of protein, congratulations, you're doing more harm than you're doing value to your body.
Exactly.
So so then I became, same as you, I'm going to eat when I can eat. So like if I can work out and eat, that's great because I can eat a 10-ounce chicken breast that's 50 to 60 grams of protein, and my body's going to use every gram of that protein.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And
because
it doesn't
it's
hurt
also
me.
Not fucking dairy based,
Yeah.
It doesn't require any lactose to digest because all whey protein is just dairy based. So that's why you get all the weird uncomfortable farts and this and that. So
you get a lot of people get bloating off of it. It's basically they scrape the top off of the milk production and they dry it out, and then that's your whey protein.
That's why it smells like fart when you open the fucking container.
Mm-hmm. And they can disguise it with all the cool flavors they want. Yeah. And I'm not telling anybody don't drink it. I drink it sometimes.
Yeah.
But do not live your life. Don't live your life on any of these sports supplements. The only reason I do pre-workout regularly is because I'm usually really tired. And I need a kick in the ass to get me going.
I mean, I don't drink coffee or anything, so that's my only source of caffeine throughout the day is that.
Yeah. So as far as like those base three, obviously we could go on and on about, I guess we can cover these all real quick. Fat burners, for the most part, are garbage. It's a stimulant with an appetite suppressant. Mm-hmm. You can use them, but you're paying most of the time you're paying a lot of money for.
Oh yeah, and the whole point of losing weight is eating consistently to pick up your metabolism, so you're constantly burning calories.
Not shutting your metabolism down so that you're not eating.
Yeah.
What's another? Testosterone boosters. So that's geez. So you worked at GNC too. I know when I worked there, the most expensive testosterone booster was $250 for a month supply.
Yep.
Holy cow!
Like, go get your test levels checked with the fucking doctor.
Yeah, if you're that concerned, and I would tell people, I'll tell people that. Oh, I need a testosterone booster. I was like, well, have you had your levels checked? Oh, well, no. And usually these are guys, like you can tell the guys, they come in and they're just kind of glancing around, not really it's like they're looking for it's like people that were trying to find porn back in the 80s.
Yep.
In the gas station. Like, I'm not really looking at it. I'm looking at something else, but I'm kind of getting an idea of what's
using your
over there.
peripherals to look at the Hustler bag that's next to the Men's Fitness.
But they're doing this and then they're like, oh, okay. Well, here's some. Well, what about this Nutrigenics? I saw a commercial on it. I'm like, okay, so that makes it good.
Would you also believe everything you read on the internet? You fucking moron.
So, and I would tell, and I would try and urge. I said, look, I'll sell this to you if you want. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to sell it to you, but I would suggest if you are concerned about your test levels being low, go get them tested and get it dealt with properly.
Oh yeah.
And another thing, go to the gym, because most of these guys, I can tell, they never hit the gym. If you work out, resistance training will help increase your testosterone levels.
Yes, it will.
Ladies and gentlemen. So, crap product.
Yeah.
Protein has its place. Pre-workouts have their place. BCAAs, who knows? It's up in the air on that one. I feel.
Yeah.
Any other ones? If anyone else, in all honesty, if anyone has any questions about any specific supplement, any brand or anything, if you guys want to shoot a comment or a picture of what you're concerned about or anything like that, we'll look it over and we'll get back to you on it. Like I said, we don't have time to go over every ingredient and what it does and if it's worth anything or anything like that. So please, if you're listening and you're like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Just hit us up. Let us know. One, it'll give us comments, which will help us out. And two, it'll give us more talking points for future podcasts. So that's always good.
That's
and
always good.
3, we will help you, which
That's
that's what we're here for. We're here to please and to help those that listen and watch. All right. So covered what I wanted to cover for the most part. We sped it up a little bit, a little less in depth than I originally planned, but that's okay.
It's all right.
Because it's time for white lights, red lights.
I like it.
All right. So today, and I probably did this when I was hungry, which is why. So I did like a comfort food base, quick comfort food base.
Oh yeah.
So when we get your feelings, I'm going to do that one. I'm going to start with the 2 middle ones that I came up with, just because the first one and the last one are, I don't know. I think they'll be a toss up.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to start with, and there's variations. So you give me your honest opinion on what do you say for macaroni and cheese?
Oh, I mean, I've had great mac and cheese. I've had shit mac and cheese, but overall, I'll give it two whites and a red.
So the red light would be your Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, anything that comes out of a box, if you really are gonna eat that, you're a moron, and it's toxic for you. So,
but like, I don't have, legit.
Oh yeah, if it's got like pulled pork on top of it, or brisket, or like, you know what I mean,
some smoked meats mixed in there. That makes the world go round.
Oh yeah.
All right, grilled cheese.
Oh, 3 whites. Oh, hands fucking down. Like,
dude,
I'm talking like sourdough with some sharp cheddar.
So I've been on like a huge grilled cheese
Trades in the muffin for grilled cheese.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm making it better.
Tell me more.
So I'm taking like I'm using like my smoked chicken. And cutting that up. So a little cheese, a little smoked chicken, and a little more cheese. And I don't toast the bread with butter.
Oh, what do you use?
I just spray Pam on the pan and then let it brown.
Yeah.
I'm with you. If you would have asked me like a month ago, I'd probably have been like, I don't care about grilled cheese. But now I'm like, yeah, grilled cheese is one of the best.
It's so good.
The next one I think you're going to have more insight on than I do. Ramen.
Okay. If you throw,
and I know there's variations of what we're talking about when we talk ramen.
Yeah, so if you're throwing that bitch in the microwave, like, I'm gonna give that 2 reds and a white. Like, if you need it because you need food and that's all you have, I get it. Thanks, Joe Biden, for the inflation. If you have time to have legit ramen, to me, that is 3 whites across the board, no questions asked. Like, there's a place down here it's bitching. It is so good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's so dang.
What I've heard, and this is coming from someone who's probably hasn't had like,
legit
real ramen, but I don't know if have you eaten at the Pho 88?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So yeah, I heard that ramen was.
I mean, I like Thai chili better.
Their ramen.
Their pho's a lot better. I mean, and just their overall food's a lot better. Like, I went a little while back and like I got the pho, it was good, but all the other food we had was just generic poo-poo Chinese food. And I was like,
oh
yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, it's when they call it a Chinese restaurant, but you're like, okay, well, only some of this is Chinese, some of this is Vietnamese, some of this is Japanese. I mean,
you're catering to the demographic that doesn't know any better anyway, so it's just like, yeah.
Do you mean white people? Is that what you're saying?
What you should do in Denver is, if you have time, like, go find a legit ramen shop and hit that up. That's the one thing about Denver that's bitching, is there's all kinds of killer food.
Oh yeah, the food choices there are. That's the only reason I even liked living over there.
Yeah,
was you could find like just top-notch breakfast.
Well, even like the
cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah, like the yakiniku where you cook all the Korean food right in front of you for
Oh,
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's my jam.
Yeah, usually when I go to Denver or Salt Lake, the first thing we look for is real, like, better food than we have options for here.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Are you ready for the last one?
I think I'm ready.
Tubs of frosting.
What the fuck? Why? So you could just
Yeah, just mow down on a tub of frosting.
One white, two reds. I'm not really a frosting and cake guy.
And maybe not even like, I mean, I'm not talking, you don't have to eat the full tub, just like
just
yeah.
And yeah, see, I'd rather do that with like Nutella or peanut butter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a safer choice to go with.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not really like, even like just generic birthday cakes, like, never liked them. I just not a fan. Like, I will fuck up an ice cream cake if you put that shit in front of me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So
when it comes to frosting, because I'm a sweets person.
I know.
So I have, I'm a connoisseur of fine tastes. A
connoisseur of fine sugars.
Yes. So like the whipped frosting, I think is horrible. Like the whipped cream base.
Oh yeah.
One, I don't like whipped cream. In all honesty, like,
or like Cool Whip.
Yeah, Cool Whip. I think that stuff is gross. I think it's a waste of space, waste of calories. Mm-hmm. My personal opinion. So anyway, I like the best frosting is cream cheese based frosting. And probably one of the most unhealthy for you, and that's probably why it is the best tasting one.
But if you're going to be eating it, you're doing it because you enjoyed it, not because you're...
Yeah. Who's eating healthy? Who cares about healthy when you're eating frosting?
What the hell? Yeah.
So I don't do it really anymore, but especially when I was a teenager, I was known to put down some just straight frosting.
Oh.
I may or may not have been under the influence of something at that time.
Oh, eating enhancing.
That may have helped the process of me being okay with that.
We'll call it expediting.
So, and another thing, while we're on the subject of creations I used to come up with, I did this one before any of my mischievousness as a teen. When I was younger, yes, I do love marshmallow products, and so for some reason, I don't even know how I came about this. I would put marshmallows on a plate and put them in the microwave. They expand out, and then they shrink back down. Yeah. And then if you let them cool down, then it becomes like hard. Oh. And then it's like this like crisp, chewy.
Like
I used to do that all the time. Yeah. And so my Julia got on it too. Like my parents had talked to her about it, and I think she tried it and she thought it was a pretty cool thing too.
I mean, you know what they say about trees and apples, like.
So that's what would I call it, a fat hack for anyone who wants a sweet treat on a budget, maybe.
Oh,
marshmallows are cheap. Throw them in the microwave. You can get if you put them in long enough. If you can, you have to. Here's the thing: is it takes work, because if you just leave them in, they'll overflow over the plate.
Oh yeah,
get all over. So you have to watch them, and as they get to a certain point, you have to open the microwave, let them fall back down, restart it.
Oh,
but you can get a little toastiness on those marshmallows if you do it right.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so that's it for our white lights, red lights segment of the show. So Alki, we have is not a big fan of the frosting. Both big fans of grilled cheese.
Goddamn right, so good.
Right, mac and cheese done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Ramen, if you're broke ass, has no other options, it's understandable. Legit ramen, according to you, is where it's at.
It's where it's at.
All right. Cool. All right. So again, let's go over the sponsors. We have myself at Life Insurance, Craig at Legacy Life, Craig _Legacy_Life for all your life insurance needs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Wait, I have to come back to the messages. So Julia
see
did
it.
comment, yeah, best sweet ever. And she went above and beyond and added chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
So I was
Word
I
up,
was
Julia.
I was outdone by the kin came through and topped.
The student
Pops
has
the
become the
toddler.
master.
That's right. I've taught you well, young Padawan. All right. So yeah, life insurance needs, Craig _legacy _life. Zontopia for all of your graphic needs, logos, and whatnot. Please visit our shop at liftingugly.com where you can get all your Lifting Ugly apparel up to and including hats, cell phone cases, and now including sports bras.
Uh-huh.
Da-da-da.
Let your cleavage
And
be comfy.
that's right. And look super dope. And all those who do have comfy cleavage in a super dope sports bra, be sure to send all those pictures to Alkai here. Yeah, there we go. He's he's an expert in that. So feel free. It's not anything weird.
No.
It's
Let's keep it simple.
He's a professional. Trust him. He's a professional.
I got a sweet rack, so I know what a sweet rack should look like.
That's right. It takes one to know one.
Goddamn right.
All right, then make sure you check us out on the patreon.com /liftingugly. Different levels there. We'd appreciate any monetary support that
support
you
your boys
to give through that. Also, YouTube channels, like, comments, follow, or subscribe. Facebook follow Lifting Ugly, and go ahead and comment. The only way you're going to see the content on Facebook, because Facebook really sucks, is if you go out of your way to actually interact with the Lifting Ugly posts. Then they will actually start showing up on your feed. Other than that, they hide that shit because they want me to pay for it, and I'm definitely not going to do that.
No.
Instagram Instagram's at lifting_ugly. Lifting Ugly. And you can get at us there, follow the content there. These streams are supposed to be on Twitch. Last I checked, I couldn't find them, but I think they are done live. I just don't know if they're recorded and stay there. There's a TikTok too, also, that could be part of it. That deserves. Oh, I should have kept it up here. But if we're going to bring up TikTok, then we need to.
Teammate. Room's starting to spin real fast because of gayness.
All right, everyone. Thanks for checking us out. We will see you next week. Same bat place, same bat channel. And we're out.
Bye.